Naturally, I let him move in. This is
what?
No.
He does this with every chick.
He does this with everyone. He has a blueprint.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Guys We
Hello, people of planet Earth. How are you doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Guys We Hugged.
It's the anti-slut shaming podcast. I am Corinne Fisher.
I'm Krystyna Hutchinson.
Welcome to the show.
Friday, November 14th. Guess what? You're coming with us to Brooklyn, specifically to the Crown Hill Theater, because Corinne and I will be doing our only live performance of the year, and it is a love letter to all of the listeners. It is our Lolita anniversary, 12 years, yeah, baby. And we have a very special show planned for you that you will not soon forget. Purchase your tickets now. Links for those tickets can be found in all of our social media handle, all of our bios, and bring a perishable food item if you can. Non-perishable. Oh, yes, that's very important. Non-perishable food
If it's
item.
perishable, we'll have to eat it on stage.
Which I'm not above that. I will. And so Corinne and I will donate it to a local food bank because it's Thanksgiving and we would like to give back if we can.
So let's give back too, baby.
Yes. So we're going to do a solo episode. Did you want to promote your? I don't know when this is going to be coming out.
Nah, that's why I was like, I'll do a pre-roll and then we'll tag it on when we need to, so people don't say that our show already happened. Because I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah, I get it.
Well, I wanted to first talk about. I have my Guys We Fucked folder on my phone, and this is how Dan Savage is always creating new words. Do you still listen to him all the time?
Yes, I haven't listened to him in like a month or two, I would say.
So have you heard of his new word? Or maybe I don't know how free they're making it seem like this is a new word that he just created, but polyamory.
No, I haven't heard that one yet.
Okay, because they use so the headline on this article by Dr. Marie Thuin says, "Is polyamory just polyamory without compersion?" And I know you talk about compersion a lot. Mm-hmm. Compersion is finding joy in your partner's sexual pleasure. Is that what it is?
Your partner finding sexual pleasure with another person, or sometimes being in love with another person that makes you happy, not like, want to whip out the knife.
Yeah, so this is something I don't have.
Yeah. Neither do I. Oh, I have it sexually. Well, it's a kink, so no, I don't.
Yeah, sexually I could get down with hearing. Yeah, sexually I could, if my boyfriend hooked up with someone else that I okayed.
Yeah, of course.
That I would like that.
I would think that's hot.
Yeah, I could get down with that. Fell in love with someone else.
Hell no. Hell no. Why are we here?
Don't even talk to me.
See ya. You're
talk
dead to me. You never existed.
Yeah.
That's how I handle that.
Yeah, even finding joy in a joke another woman told.
Hell no.
Leave.
And which they do, and it's annoying.
We'll leave right now.
Yeah.
I don't want you to find any joy outside of me, except for if it's you alone in your basement.
Healthy.
And so it says, what is polyamory? Polyamory, a blend of tolerate and polyamory, is a term recently coined by sex advice columnist and podcaster Dan Savage. It describes a relationship dynamic in which one or both partners of a socially monogamous couple, a couple that presents as monogamous but is not fully exclusive, turn a blind eye to their partner's outside intimacy. So basically, you allow cheating.
You just don't want to stand up for what you want in the relationship, so you say nothing to keep the peace? That sounds terrible.
It says why polyamory happens. 1, power imbalances, financial, emotional, social, leading to coercion. 2, compromise for family, financial, safety, companionship. 3, societal norms favoring monogamous appearances. That one I understand.
Yeah.
Because people are super judgmental about it, including myself. And then 4, practical realism over romantic idealism. And the last one is mutual convenience without emotional labor. That's what it seems like. If you're just allowing cheating, you're just like, I just don't even have the energy to talk about this with my partner. It just seems like polyamory is just seems like you just gave up.
Do you even love yourself anymore, the person? If you are a monogamous person and you just don't say anything and what?
Yeah.
I want to know, baby.
And then she defines compersion as compersion is the broad range of positive emotions, feelings, thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors a person might experience in response to someone else's gratifying experience. In non-monogamous contexts, it's the positive empathy someone might experience toward their partner's intimate pleasure and happiness with someone else.
I could never do that. You're happy with someone else? You're dead to me.
At its core, polyamory does not foster compersion. Compersion is the experience of a positive empathy for a partner's other relationships, requiring openness, consent, healthy power dynamics, and a wholehearted participation in someone else's joy. I also don't like how they frame this almost as if like if you are not able to like feel compersion, then you are like less than, or like you haven't realized. That's my problem with like all this like with polyamory and stuff. I go, I'm fine with accepting it's just something different that you like, but it's presented similar to veganism, that it makes you better. And like I am someone who I kind of in my heart kind of like get it. Like I'm like, there is something kind of better if you're able to be vegan. Like it is like better, but like you can't sell it like that.
Yeah, that's fucking rude, man.
Yeah.
Also, compersion, I think, is something that only a very small percentage of the dating population actually feel. That's like and like, I honestly, I think my partner right now, I think he does feel that. Like we haven't tested that out, but like, you could tell when you've been with someone for a while in subtle ways. You're like, I don't think you would give a shit if I fucked somebody else. In fact, I think you'd be like, good for you.
It could also be like, I think people perhaps are more capable of compersion like as they get older.
Maybe.
I can also see that.
Oh yeah, a lot of swingers are older people. Mm-hmm. So and I'm like, wow, you give so much less fucks that you're like, Bethany, go fuck Bill.
Yeah, it just makes sense because you know more what life is about. You know more what life has to offer, and you understand like the fleetingness of life a little bit more. So I can kind of get that.
I'm not there though, yet anyway.
Polyamory, by contrast, implies passive resignation rather than active engagement or celebration. Yeah, it's so passive. And then it says, but not all polyamory is created equal. In recent social media debates, Dan Savage has argued that in certain cases, polyamory can be a mutually agreeable and ethical solution and not the product of unequal power dynamics.
Okay, got it.
When polyamory is consensual. For example, in sexless marriages where partners value the companionship, family, and stability created over decades, tolerating outside sexual encounters may be preferable to ending the relationship for both of them while skipping the emotional labor polyamory requires.
Sure, I get that.
To me, this is just like a fancy way of saying turning the other cheek, you know?
Yeah.
This would correspond to egalitarian polyamory on a spectrum of less to more consensual poly. I'm sorry, it's hard when you're using a lot of fake words. Flavors of polyamory. I tried my hand at describing 4 flavors of polyamory that imply different levels of ethics and consent. Number 1, poly under duress. And we definitely talk about poly under duress a lot. So poly under duress, tolerance under coercion, no negotiation. It's just like you don't want to lose your partner. You know they're cheating on you, but you don't say shit. You're just like, I'm just going to deal with this. It's not worth it. Resigned to polyamory, acknowledged but emotionally painful resignation. So this is more
that
like
sounds awful.
This is like it hurts me, but it would hurt me more to lose the person. Maybe is how I would explain that in layman's terms.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like it hurts me that he doesn't, or he or she doesn't find me like attractive or want to engage in sexuality or doesn't value me alone, because it doesn't mean that they're not having sex anymore, Yeah. Polyamory of convenience, tacit arrangement benefiting both, relieves relational pressure. That one makes sense. It's like, we're not in love anymore, but we love each other and we have a family, so let's just do this.
We work well together.
And then egalitarian polyamory, discreet, consensual, emotionally neutral. So how would that one be? Discreet, consensual. That one might be more like,
the couple that's it swings, but only the people that they fuck know it.
Yeah, it seems like exactly. Egalitarian seems like the one where you're hiding it from society, but like,
which that sounds fun.
Yeah, and you're not going to have it. Yeah, because like I can get it, because I'm like, it doesn't completely sound awful, because you're like, the problem for me with polyamory is not the fucking other people so much as the constant conversations about it. And so polyamory, I actually am more on board with.
Yeah. A lot of people make it their identity. I know that's ironic saying it as people who host podcasts called what this is called, but like, if they fucking bring it up all the time, it's annoying.
Like, nothing is going to make me want to fuck less than having 5,000 conversations about everyone in the group's feelings.
Oof, yeah,
I can't be doing that. So polyamory, egalitarian polyamory. Maybe I just found my thing.
Yeah, good for you.
Again, I don't think I have the energy, but
yeah.
Can compersion arise in egalitarian poly? In egalitarian polyamory, both partners occasionally engage in discrete sexual encounters outside the relationship. They do not wish to invest time or energy in the emotional labor of polyamory.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So they're just sexually open. That's what that means. Discreetly sexually open.
They're just cheating, but no one's going to get mad about it. That's what it is.
Yeah, so it's consensual cheating.
It's like, yeah, like we know each other is fucking other people, but like we don't talk about it.
Right.
Like ever.
Yeah. And you hide it from me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, so I'm still like the behaviors of cheating are still happening, but hopefully it would then have none of the
it wouldn't have a
negative effects.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Got it.
That's how, I mean, again, this is, I'm learning myself, but that's how I'm understanding it. There is no expectation of compersion, but both benefit from the arrangement without resentment. This is when polyamory is at its most consensual and mutually agreeable. Okay, so we chose the right one out of the list just with using our critical thinking, which was good. Attitudinal compersion in egalitarian poly, which is
Jesus Christ.
Similar to don't ask, don't tell. Egalitarian polyamory is a relationship structure where there can be room for some level of attitudinal compersion.
I'm so confused.
Or at least some benevolent neutrality. So this is, again, just kind of talking about how egalitarian polyamory is the good one.
The better one. Sounds like it.
Attitudinal compersion. Like, so what is that? What is attitudinal compersion? Is that based on your is that based on your mood?
That would be
attitudinal.
Me. Today I don't care that you fucked her.
What is the actual
tomorrow
dictionary definition of attitudinal?
Attitudinal means relating to attitudes.
Yeah, attitudinal doesn't mean anything extra than I thought it was. I just wanted to check because I was like, wow, we're really like...
It's a weird word.
Yeah. Attitudinal compersion is when a partner supports their partner's fulfillment from other relationships but does not experience positive emotions about it. It is cognitive, not embodied.
Oh, that's so...
So I'm like,
are you just lying here? Are you cheating?
No, I think it's like if you went out and like if started a podcast with someone else, I wouldn't be like, yay, it brings me joy, but I would be like, no, I support that endeavor for you.
Oh, okay.
That's how I look at it.
Okay, you're not like, oh yeah, so it doesn't elate you, but you're like, cool,
because you're like compersion, like actually like elicits like an involuntary happiness response.
Like I have compersion for my friends all the time in terms of like when things go well for them, it makes me so happy.
Yeah. So attitudinal compersion is just like because you love someone, you're going to support what they do, but it doesn't like bring you involuntary joy. That makes sense. That one's more rational to me, actually. Yeah. In summary, compersion grows best in relational environments where love, connectedness, consent, shared power, and community belonging thrive. In polyamory, those characteristics are notably lacking. That's why folks tolerate rather than celebrate their partner's other intimacies. Oh my gosh.
Tolerate? That's just not the vibe I want in my relationship ever.
Yeah,
I get you're going to have shreds of tolerating.
It says, while polyamory may be ethical in some cases, my hope is that society increasingly embraces and normalizes non-mononormative relationship structures that foster healthy power dynamics, authenticity, and honesty. Let's build a world where we each feel empowered to design relationships that suit us. Well, that part I 100% agree with.
Facts.
And that's the bottom line. Like, do we have to name anything? Like, just why can't just it be like whatever however you want your life for you and your look?
Yeah.
Your life can look.
It's not harming anybody else, then you're fine.
Also, this doctor I just read this from has less than 10,000 followers.
So then she doesn't count as a person or a woman.
That's the new way that we rate people's value.
Very interesting.
Dan does follow her, though. Mindful dating and relationship coach. Again, Dr. Marie Thewin, PhD, if anyone's interested.
Sounds like, I love when somebody's last name sounds like a lisp.
Thewin. Good old polyamory, baby.
Yeah, man. I really want to read this email. I've been curious about this one. If you want to email us, this is a solo episode if you haven't figured it out yet. Sorry about last night's show at gmail.com. You know the deal. Give us that subject line. Make it summarize the email. This subject line is, my dad's dating my dead mom's childhood best friend and it's still weird. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's fucking weird.
All right.
That's fucking weird.
This stuff happens a lot, though.
It's always the dad whose wife dies always dates somebody. I know I have two very, very close friends to me whose mothers died, and the dad just started dating either the mom's friend or like a friend's friend. It's
because they just look around in a panicked motion.
Like
They go, "Who can I grab?
Yeah.
Who can I grab?"
Yeah.
I had a weird thing like this happen to me.
It happened to you?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Wait, your dad? Wait, who died?
Oh, not someone who died. It was a former babysitter of mine who came on to me.
Oh, that's sexual assault.
Yeah, but she's also, I guess, a step, like, related through the step. I don't want to say the exact
This doesn't
relation.
this doesn't really seem like this at all.
Sounds like you were sexually assaulted by a babysitter.
I wasn't sexually assaulted. I was an adult when that happened.
Oh, she came on to you after she was done babysitting you.
Way later.
Oh, okay. You were over 18.
So that's more like a Celine Dion, Renee
yeah.
situation.
But it's Celine.
Or online. Yeah.
Anyway, hi ladies, love the show. I've listened to every single episode. I'm wondering if you guys have any advice for releasing resentment towards those folks who acted in ways that disappointed you when a loved one dies. My mom passed away 8 years ago when I was 24 from ovarian cancer. She was sick for about 4 years with periods of remission. I watched as a lot of her friends deeply disappointed her as they distanced themselves, unable to handle her diagnosis. That is so fucked. That is so fucked.
People are extremely weak.
That's weird.
People have a
Emotionally weak. Yeah, I guess so.
People
I don't understand that.
have a real problem with like
Feelings?
change in general. So if you as a person change, like just think of how like when you do work on yourself, we always talk about how so many people will distance
turn a lot of people
themselves.
off.
So people are a lot of times become friends with like what they assume is going to be a locked version of you, especially in adulthood. But there are different versions of you, and some of that is when you heal, and some of that might be when you get worse. And then, but that also includes when something medically goes wrong. That's going to be a different version of you. So you have to meet people where they're at, and sometimes it's fucking dying of cancer in a hospital bed.
Yeah, that sucks.
You know?
That really blows. Her own sister, who was always a bitch and estranged, only visited her once when she first got diagnosed and once when she was in hospice. My dad worked full-time and was also her full-time caregiver during the hardest moments of her illness. I didn't handle grief well initially. My go-to at the time was to numb and escape, and definitely relied a bit too much on drugs initially. Yeah, you do what you do. But as the years went on, I have been able to process my grief. I can finally sit with my emotions in a much healthier way and allow myself to feel without resorting to self-destructive behaviors. Beautiful. A few years after my mom passed away. Okay, that's good. A few years. That's pretty good. I mean, I hope that's when your dad started dating your friend.
Yeah.
My dad started dating her childhood best friend, who is a woman that I've known my whole life. Yeah, it's still weird though, dude. That's still weird. She's basically just like an aunt, just not blood related. Although I will say, just real quick, he could love that woman because your mom loved her. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
I think there's still actually a tie to your mom, and this is only from what I've witnessed in in readings, in medium readings by people who are reputable, aka Laura Lynn Jackson, and reading her books. Apparently, it's which I was kind of shocked by, but then not shocked as I just heard story after story of this. The person who dies wants the partner to find love again. For the most part.
Oh,
it like
for sure.
really does seem so like if I died, I'd want my partner to fall in love with somebody. You know what I mean? So apparently on the other side there's no jealousy, and that sounds very fun.
Well,
what's that like?
And also, like, they have a lot in common. They have this shared heavy grief over the loss of your mom, and that can be a real bonding.
Yeah. She's basically like an aunt, just not blood related. At first, my sister and I were angry. Yeah, I get that. But we've kind of resigned to the fact that this is our new normal. She's not a bad person, but she's basic and voted for Trump twice. Oh, that sucks. But you know, she loved your mom. Childhood best friends. That's a really special, you know?
Well, and sometimes also, like, after something difficult has happened, being with someone who's like basic or simple actually feels nice.
Sure. I know what you're talking about, and that's so funny.
I actually wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't,
That's who I thought
but
of,
I
I
know
guess.
why you're laughing. And also, the thing is, he's actually like
Complicated.
the most complicated person I know. Yeah.
The painful
But
part.
that's funny.
Yeah.
On the surface level, yes.
Yeah. The painful part is how everyone else in my family has seemingly forgot about my mom. Yeah. None of the older adults in my family mention my mom by name or bring up stories about her in passing. My parents were married since they were 23, and my mom died at age 52. That's a lifetime of memories. We also found out that my aunt and uncle took down all the photos of her and replaced them with ones of my dad and his fiance. But whose uncle? Is it your dad's brother? Because then if so, I get
People
it. I get it.
Cannot
and it's your
handle
dad's fiance.
death. And so, but like, also like, are you following their lead? So everyone doesn't talk about your mom. You talk about your mom. And then if they respond negatively, that's a whole different thing. But what if that starts a chain reaction and makes them feel more comfortable? Again, these older generations have very fucking emotional problems.
Yeah.
They have emotional problems.
There are a lot of them emotionally.
I don't know what to tell you. They're emotionally repressed. They grew up in a time of repression. You bring her up.
Yeah.
I love talking about my dad. I talk about my dad all the time.
I understand moving on and putting up new photos, but it feels disrespectful that my mom is being erased. Of course, I mean, if I were you, I would feel the same way. But if your uncle is your dad's brother or the aunt is your dad's sister, I also get where they're coming from. But I would still, if I were you, be like, fuck you, put my mom back up there. So I get it. I understand moving on and putting new photos up feels disrespectful. This year is the 8-year anniversary of her death, and the more time that passes, it seems she's more forgotten. Any thoughts or tips on processing this would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for all your wonderful advice.
Openly talk about her. And also, okay, so you're at 8 years. I mean, why don't you start planning now for a 10-year celebration of life for her?
Oh, yeah.
Start a new tradition in your family.
Yeah, and you could get together and share things, like have people share. I would imagine this would be really fun. Like, what about your mom made them laugh? Like, what's a funny moment with your mom? And then that's also a way for you to learn about your mom, maybe learn things that you didn't know. Maybe your dad's fiance can tell you some things that your mom never told you that you're like, fuck. So not only are you keeping your mom's memory alive, but you're learning new things about her.
Yeah, make it like a little sheet. Like you could email it to everyone in advance. And it doesn't have to be this big expensive thing. You could all 15 people could meet for dinner at your mom's, whatever your mom's favorite restaurant was, if it's
nice.
still open, or if she had if it's not open, as if she liked Italian food or Mexican food, that type of restaurant. And send out a sheet before, and it's just like come prepared with like the favorite like laugh my mom and you ever shared, a story that I might know, like kind of like the same way you would do a baby book but for an adult. And then also have everyone bring their favorite picture of them and your mom together.
That's so sweet.
It's like
we can't get mad at people for being emotionally stunted.
I mean,
it doesn't get. I mean,
like you can, and I was anywhere. For a very long time, but and I still there's still anger.
Is it going to change that person?
No, of course not. But again, be the change you wish to see in the world, right? Yeah. And so a lot of times when we talk about death, and many people who have been on this podcast have talked about this, whether it's like a sibling who dies and the parents never talk about it again. That's because they don't know how to. They don't want to, get sad. But also, this is kind of something where when at first it might feel sad, and maybe people will even cry, gasp, oh my God, it's fine to cry. Again, I think older people are like hesitant to cry in public. But once you get in the rhythm of talking about your mom, I think it'll become more of a habit, and people won't feel afraid to bring her up, and then it'll just become a part of your family. And without getting too blamey, you can even say like, I don't want, she was a big part of my life and I feel like she wasn't around for long enough. And, I don't want us to forget. Like forgetting the dead, or the fear of forgetting the dead, is a universal experience, whether or not everyone has experienced it yet, like you ultimately will, well, unless you're the one to die, I guess. But, yeah, so I think that is like something you could start, like a family tradition. And even if people aren't willing to show up in person, I mean, I would try to do it in person. It's nice. We don't do enough in-person things. You could also create something digitally if people are like away. But yeah, don't be afraid. Just because they're not talking about her doesn't mean that you can't. Talk about her. And it's not offensive. I mean, especially because it's almost like a benefit that your mom is engaged to her best friend, because it's like, it shouldn't feel like the other woman. It was fucking her best friend. There are two people who both agree your mom ruled.
Yeah.
They
both loved her so much.
Yeah.
So that's actually a pretty good pair.
Yeah.
But I also I can't imagine how weird that must feel too.
Well, and it's funny because you say like she's basic. It's like, well, I mean, your mom had a basic best friend then. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, so
Your mom loved her.
And also like I do not, it's very weird and it's hard for that. I think it would be hard in any situation, especially hard because it's like, just like, oh, I know this woman and now she's in this like different position in my life. It's fucking weird. It's weird. But you know, if you respect your mom, it seems like you respect and love your mom. And even your dad, like they both saw something in this woman. So maybe just like dig a little deeper and try to figure out what it was that your mom liked so much about her. And, you know, the best friend might even be a good place to start talking about your mom with, because number one, she was the best friend, and friendship is going to be a different relationship than like marriage or family. And then and it might be a person more willing to talk about it. And then two, it'll help you guys bond and make the situation that's going on in your family a little easier to tolerate, I think. And like, she might genuinely appreciate you trying to connect with her because, you know, if you feel weird about it, she probably feels a little weird about it too. I can't imagine she doesn't, you know?
And
So,
maybe, I'm sure your dad felt weird about it too for a second. Just for like a second though.
right. Yeah. If you thought about anything else.
I got it. That sweet puss. Right. Okay.
So the subject line says, "Help, my girlfriend's mother is a narcissist, I think." Well, I guess we'll be the judges of that. No, we have Gaydar and Krystyna has narcissist star.
Yeah, they right.
Hi, Corinne and Krystyna. Can you please read this one on the bonus app if possible?
Oh, whoops. Never mind. I'll skip that one.
Oh, I forgot. We
forgot that one.
We recorded some bonus episodes today, and I was like, "Oh, are we in a bonus episode?" And I was like, "Nope, this one's going wide release."
Yep. So we'll go to that one. We'll keep that one in another bonus
That was
episode.
just a little ad, actually, to subscribe
yeah.
to Luminary.
You could be a Luminary subscriber. And I know their app has had some issues in the past, and that's okay. We've heard it. We've heard you. And so you can also subscribe to
via
Luminary
Apple.
through the Apple Podcast app.
Yeah, be that well. And I know someone mentioned that it's more expensive to do that, but we checked into that and it didn't seem to be.
Anything, I thought Luminary like got less money. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah.
But I do know that no one complains when they when they subscribe through Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
And we've and there was a period of time where there was a lot of tech issues with the app that they have since corrected. But you know. But it means a lot to us that you guys have a good experience subscribing to us. So
Absolutely.
I want to suggest
And we love doing the bonus episodes. They're seriously so fun. I have such a good time on the bonus episodes.
I feel freer on them, and I feel like I could talk about stuff in a different way. And they're all your really interesting stories.
I just love reading the emails. Like I love having our guests on, but to me this is just like a bunch of
so
like
interesting
word problems. I love solving them.
Yeah.
It's really like gets my brain going. All right, so the subject line says, "We broke up over a dog that doesn't exist." All right. Hi, ladies. I've told the both of you countless times how big of a fan I am and how much I genuinely love the both of you. So I guess I'll just get right into it.
Thank you.
This is a gay email, but maybe straights can chime in.
We'll see.
I've been with a guy. We will call him Brock for, we were just talking about Brock Turner.
Brock Turner, P.S. now goes by Alan Turner.
So if you see Alan Turner on Hinge,
you go, "Hey, Brock, go fuck yourself, you rich piece of shit." I'm not rich anymore.
I've been with a guy, we will call him Brock, for about 5 months. He is also, it's so funny, like never, if I was making up like a fake name for someone, it wouldn't even cross my mind to call him Brock.
No.
Not even because of Brock Turner, just because like, isn't that
It's
like
just
it's a name for only
Connecticut-
rich people, right?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Like Channing Tatum. I don't know. That's the one I made
Channing Tatum, yeah.
Yeah.
He is great. He has a good job, very sweet and kind, a real shitty apartment, but he's trying.
I would judge somebody for that, to be honest.
The only thing is he is severely allergic to dogs. Someone needs to get a shot.
That's because you know what? I was severely allergic to cats my whole life, and I had 3 cats that all slept with me at night, and I just woke up with swollen arms, and then I got allergy shots, and it went away.
Yeah. For context, I've basically set up my life so that I can get a dog soon. I'm buying a house with a yard next year. I'm an attorney and now an adjunct law professor.
God, you're a catch.
So I've been waiting until my job calms down a bit before I get one. I'm also the one that wrote in about my poop attack at a certain state capitol in front of my puppy Jack. Haha. Needless to say, getting a dog has basically been my MO, but I'm doing it when I'm ready so I can give him the best life.
Love that. You're going to be a great dog dad.
Brock is severely allergic to dogs. And I asked him if I got one, what would that look like? I asked if his medication helps or if I hire a cleaning service to try and mitigate the fur, would that be helpful?
They make hypoallergenic dogs. They do. My dog is hypoallergenic. I didn't know that until I got him, but
He
Fun
kind
perk.
of lost his shit on me and said, is a hypothetical dog really going to ruin our relationship?
I mean,
That reaction alone is
you're making it
grounds.
ruin our relationship, sir.
Yeah.
What? What a shitty attitude.
Oh, God. I told him that getting a dog was a plan long before he came along, and he
Yeah.
told me to change my plans.
No, I don't like that.
So I broke up with him.
Good. Yay.
I know. Clearly, there may have been other issues, but am I crazy? Not at all.
No. Fuck that guy.
I've said this before.
That guy doesn't know what he's missing out on, too. That sucks.
Yeah, I've said this. Oh, I know the writer. He's a lovely person. I know him through this podcast. But this is so not. No matter when you're not crazy, and you've probably heard me say this before, but a life without dogs, in my opinion, is a life not worth living.
I could not agree more.
I literally lasted 6 months without a dog.
Yeah. I don't know how I lasted as long as
Between
I did, to be honest.
Pinkerton and Alfred.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want to live in my apartment completely alone for a year. 6 months in, I was like, I can't live without a dog. I literally moved in with, Kristen.
Because of the dog.
Because,
That would be the biggest selling
No,
point
I
to me.
genuinely really, 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 really loved her. But
That dog ruled.
I was, I think is that she, when she was, interviewing roommates, I think probably the dog was like more of a hindrance, especially because it was a big pit bull. I said,
Pinkerton.
no, this is a selling point.
Yes.
I said, this is great.
This is my new best
because
friend.
at that time I just couldn't afford a dog, and I didn't. So I was like,
Yes, it's the best.
And she liked it too because I helped take care of Pinkerton. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, if she's coming home, like, yeah, I'll walk your dog. Or like, I spent so much time with him.
I loved Pinkerton. You always come in your room when we were like writing in it.
Yeah. So I was like, that was like the best. Grew up with dogs, always had a dog. I really like.
I wonder. If
I can't not have a dog.
I wonder if this guy, your now ex, because you said you dumped him, knows how, or like has an inkling of how beautiful a relationship with a dog can be. That he's that's why he's mad at you, because it doesn't make sense that he would be mad at you other than that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But it's
every
like,
boyfriend I've had has been a little jealous of Alfred.
jealous is different though. I don't think he would be jealous of that. Like, because the boyfriend would get to enjoy the dog too. Like, like my relationship with Colin, like one of our main bonds is how much we love Kevin. Like, we love Kevin. We just stare at him and we give him paw massages and we list off all the things we love about him.
Paw massage.
Yeah, like we love him so much it hurts us. So Jesus Christ. I wonder if this guy who's severely allergic and is kind of subconsciously knows that that's a beautiful bond and is mad about it. But my follow-up question is, even if you're severely allergic, I believe allergy shots work.
They do. That being said, I know one of my close friends ended up getting married to a woman with a cat, and he tried and got allergy shots, and he tried and tried and tried.
allergy shots didn't
and he never got
work.
over the allergy.
So my allergy. Yes, allergy shots can work for severe dog allergies by building tolerance. I imagine, though, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right? So it's like, what kind of dog you get? But either way, this guy's attitude is such a fucking turnoff. You dodged a goddamn bullet.
Yeah, the fact that he like flipped out on you, I really do not like.
That's controlling.
And it's also like, I mean, like, does this guy 1 in a million? I don't know. I know couple, I'm kind of heartbroken, but at the same time, I'm not. I know couples break up over future plans, but is it worth breaking up over a dog that you don't have yet have? 100%.
Yes.
Both Krystyna and I agree that it was 100% worth it.
Yeah, the guy sounds like no, that's a no from me, dog.
Yeah. The dog's going to rule.
Oh my God, I love dogs.
You're going to have such a great time. You're not even going to think about this guy once you get this dog.
I know. You're not going to care.
The first year
You're
of
gonna be
having a new dog.
Going home to your dog.
on.
Jesus Christ. And oh my God.
And now
the
you can
safest
adopt
creature on the
one
planet.
instead of having to like buy some kind of like,
certain hypoallergenic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's, I'm
Those
imagine
shelter
they're not.
guys, I mean, all dogs are great, but I gotta be, these shelters are packed. We really need to start adopting, fostering if you can.
Yeah.
You can short-term foster. You can even do, there's this thing that the, I think it's the ACC, I posted about it, in New York is doing, where you can foster a dog for like 3 days just to get them a
that's
little
fun.
vacation out of the shelter, because it's such a tense environment for them. So like,
I would love
these are all things that you can think about doing if you are on the fence of having a dog, or if a lot of people say, I can't afford a dog, or I don't have the time right now.
3 day
Fostering is a great way to help this overcrowding situation, and also kind of like treat yourself to a little bit of dog time. Super helpful.
I mean, that it only helps unless you're severely allergic. But I also imagine too, like if you're going through like a heartache of some kind or grief, oh my God, just fucking foster a dog that you can, to give your time to.
Absolutely.
Okay, next email. Breaking up with a friend when we work together. Hi, Corinne, Krystyna, and Eric. 10+ year fucker and luminary subscriber here. I've written you all a few times, and you even read my cringy wedding story where my friend's wife lip synced her vows. So that was so bad to a pre-recorded audio. Fucking hilarious.
Even a drag queen
I
would
want
never do
to vomit.
that.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm writing today about a problem I'm having with a friend and my desire to break up with her. The problem is we work together and she won't take a fucking hint. That's like willfully ignorant, yeah? I don't want to blow things up and make it awkward at work, but I hate the fake forced interactions I have with her when she thinks we're still friends. Ew. She says besties. I've had people say that to me and I'm like, but like, we're not though. Like, is that just a thing people are saying now?
Yeah, you just say like, "Hey, bestie." Like,
don't ruin the word bestie. It's like that's for your best friend.
It's like an influencer or like thing.
Ew, that sucks.
Yeah, people will say like to their followers like, "Hey, besties."
Oh, that just waters down bestie, and that's such a great like term, Anyway, she says besties. Woof. We are just not. Our friendship started about 18 months ago. Okay, so it's not that long. I've known her for about 4 to 5 years, but we started hanging out more with our kids, similarly aged, and we had a fast friendship from there. She was newly divorced, and it felt like I finally found another mom like me to raise our kids with.
She was also probably thirsty because of that divorce.
Yeah, she really wanted to forget about that. So she got into your life. When we first started hanging out, she was fun, bubbly, always in a good mood, and a great partner in crime with the kids. She actually helped me get the job that we work at together, although we have different roles. And without sounding like a cunt, I would have gotten the job without her.
That was her master plan.
I love that. Regardless, she did play a role in my getting this new job, and I am thankful for that help. That's okay. You could be thankful for her help and find her fucking annoying. You know what I mean? Like both things can exist. Over the last 18 months, she has shown me that she is actually fucking delusional. Some people do be like that. She is all about herself, and every single thing she does is for attention. Oh, that's cringy. Whether she lies about figuring out a problem at work so she can help get the praise for it from the boss, or she lies about continuing to sleep with a married man. Why would you lie about that? Ew. She lies about everything. Okay, she sounds like a pathological liar. They can be very fun at first. And I just cannot take it anymore. It's gross, and I don't want her energy near me or my kids. Dude, I totally get it. For the first 6 months of the friendship, I was oblivious. No, she's probably putting on a fun front to rope you in. The next 6 months, I started getting suspicious about her stories not lining up or her telling one person one thing when she had told me another. Weird, but okay. The last 6 months, I've now gotten the ick. Yeah, man. And everything she says or does sends me into a tizzy. She's a fucking liar, and it makes me crazy. Yeah, the one pathological, I've only met one pathological liar that I loved. We became friends so fast. She was so fucking fun. Mm-hmm. And then she worked for somebody that I work with, and they started telling me things where I was like, huh? What? Like, I was like, no way. What? Like, the lie was so weird. Like, you said this girl's lying about sleeping with a married man. So, like, pathological liars have this, it's very weird, and it's confusing, it doesn't make sense. But then once you find out, it's just barf city, dude. It is gross. The ick is exactly the feeling. It's, ugh. But the thing is, that's crazy too. I mean, I thought this too before I stopped being friends with her. It wasn't malicious. It really wasn't. There was like kind of an innocence to it. It still was gross, but it wasn't malicious. Okay. If she was one of my close friends, I would pull her aside and call this out. Oh, you haven't even called her out on any of this? But we haven't even been friends for that long, and I don't care to help her on her healing journey to stop being a compulsive liar, nor should you. Normally, I would take one of two approaches. Number 1, ghost her ass. Sorry, it's just the easiest, although I know it's kind of mean. No, it's not. Sometimes people like her could go, but. And so a conversation to her is just inviting other ways that she could prove herself to be your friend still. You know what I'm saying? Liars deserve to be ghosted. I don't even care. Or 2, tell her the truth and she backs off. I've not done either of those things. We work together, so those 2 options don't seem very good to me. I've attempted a third option, slowly backing out and not responding to her texts to hopefully fizzle things out. She's a fucking psycho love bomber. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what my other friend was too. That's so interesting. Though and she senses that I'm pulling away, so she is laying it on even thicker. Oh, that sucks. I take one step back. She takes 2 steps in. Ugh, gross. It's suffocating, and I don't know how much longer I can play it cool like this. Again, I don't want to cause awkward issues at work, or heaven forbid she starts trying to throw me under the bus at work. Right, because she might start lying about you. She might turn her lies towards you. At work to get back at me. I wouldn't put it past her. Although, okay, I'm curious how long she's worked at this job, because if she's worked at it long enough, I feel like the people around her know she's like this. Like, right? Like, how can you not? Like, at work, sometimes it matters. Sometimes it's, you're a coworker who gives a shit if it doesn't fuck up your job performance. So, you might be able to get a padding from that. What would you all do? Would you give her a nice PSA about why I'm taking a step back, or just continue to back away on my own and hope she gets the point eventually? It doesn't sound like she will.
Yeah.
Do I keep ignoring her texts, or take an ungodly amount of time to respond so she gets the point that way? Thank you for everything you do, ladies and Eric.
Well, it wouldn't be an ungodly amount of time that you would need to take to respond. Like, it seems like, yes, like your initial
I wonder if she's open about, like, if you were to confront her, like, because I would just go, why are you lying about this stuff?
I feel like she will flip out.
Or if she goes, what are you talking about? Then not interested. I am not interested in doing this little dance so that you get it, because you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
I feel like her response to this, like, I do feel like you have to be direct, but I do also feel like her response will not be good.
I feel like you have to gauge the level of compulsive liar, because there's like I've met a few, and there are some that are so delusional where they can lie to you about something, and then
they think it's true.
They think it's true or whatever they think, and then later on you'll present evidence of that not being true, and then they'll go along with the evidence and then start making up lies that supports whatever the thing is that you say. I don't know if you've seen that before, but I think it's important
That's some Ninja Warrior shit.
Yeah, it's important to see like how delusional this person is before deciding to have like a real any real conflict with them.
Lying about fucking a married guy is so bizarre that I'm like, she scares me. This lady scares me. Yeah, in terms of like, I would be worried about her fucking with my reputation.
Exactly, I agree. I would. So like, you could even maybe like, is there a way you can get out of it without like saying?
Just be boring.
Yeah, like without saying all the negative things about her and like outwardly calling her a liar. Just say like you're having some personal stuff going on in your life, and you just need to take a step back from your relationships and focus on your marriage or something.
Something like that, yeah. Just lie.
Something like that.
Lie to the liar.
Yeah, lie to a liar, exactly.
Say you have brain cancer or whatever.
I wouldn't do that.
It's so funny, Eric, because I was also
to see if she gets pissed off when she realizes you don't.
I was also thinking like, it's fake illness so that you have a real excuse for not being around. But then I was like, no, she's gonna show up at a hospital.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no.
She's gonna try to help you more.
Me and the husband I'm fucking got you these flowers.
Yeah. Yeah, say that you're also fucking the married guy.
Yeah, say you're fucking the same guy.
Yeah, say that he fell in love with you.
Oh, that'll help.
But yeah, no, in all seriousness, I think like, yes, you have to be more direct that you don't want to be friends, but I maybe, fluff up the reason why it is. Because yeah, she seems a little psycho. I wouldn't downright be like, you're a liar and I don't want to be friends with you when you work in the same place, because I do not trust what she'll do next. Yeah. All right, the subject line says, should I cut off my sister for her company's role in Gaza? Nice light email. Dear Corinne and Krystyna and Eric, a longtime listener and huge fan of you both, and always appreciate the insight and wisdom you bring. You help me navigate my dumb bitch 20s and come out relatively unscathed.
Amazing.
This is the first time I'm writing in with a problem of my own. I've left names out. For some background, I'm a 30-year-old working in children's mental health and currently pursuing a doctoral degree. I've always been politically engaged, and trying to do good in the world has been the main goal in my research career. I am left-wing and I consider myself a pacifist. I'm also very close with my family, who I consider to have broadly similar views to mine. We talk every day and see each other a few times a month. My sister, 23, has just graduated from university with an engineering degree and got her first job with a defense company. Oh. This is so funny. I have a very similar experience in my own life with my brother, who's also an engineer. I have been, not related to Gaza though, I have been struggling to come to terms with her chosen career path and was so shocked to read a news article a couple of weeks ago that this company has manufactured parts of weapon used in the genocide in Gaza. Well, yeah.
Well, your sister doesn't have to have moral ground with who she works with. I mean, it's.
Well, and also, yeah, when you work for a defense company,
they're going to do that.
You are you will be, creating things that help kill people. But, if you work for a cigarette company, if you work for a car, I know it's not a cereal company. Not the same.
General Mills.
Yeah, this is so horrifying to me, and I'm really grappling with why my sister would want to work for a company like this. Well, she graduated with an engineering degree and she needs a job.
Yeah.
I'm
curious how her search went. I mean, maybe that was the only hit she got.
Yeah, it's not the job. Yeah. She's explained to me that she needs the money and the job market is tough. Okay. Yeah, the job market is tough. And they have a good program for women in STEM.
But STEM is not that's different.
STEM is STEM is each letter stands for something. So B is engineering in STEM, I believe, right?
Oh,
it's like
didn't know that.
What it's like it's a bunch of sorry, I forgot off the top of my head, but yeah, it's STEM. What were you thinking? Like stem cells? Yeah. It's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I knew it was like 4 separate things. Yeah. Oh. So women in STEM, which is wildly important. There needs to be so much more women in STEM. And so, yes, are they fucking killing innocent people? Yes. But they have a great program for women. It's not funny, but this is the
cognitive dissonance that we all have to live with. Well, honestly,
it's also,
I go to Starbucks still.
It's not even cognitive. It's like some of it's cognitive dissonance, but also it's like everything many things that are doing bad are also doing good.
Yeah, so that's confusing.
Yes.
Confusing because maybe that same company is going to make weapons of self-defense for the United States when we're under. I don't know.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also, she doesn't see it as her career or forever job just to get on her feet.
Well, so that's an indication of okay. I mean, some people, your morals and your sister's morals are 2 separate sets of morals. Yeah. So she doesn't have to have your same set. But I also understand why you'd be disappointed in her.
Also, this isn't like
she's 20
a good reason, but like. If she doesn't work there, someone else is going to get that opportunity. It's not like her not working there is going to stop the stuff from being made.
Yeah,
and that's
she doesn't have to.
And I agree. My morals, I think, align with yours. I also wouldn't take this job.
Yeah,
but but for your, this is a very liberal solution to it, in my opinion. That to like spread more love and understanding in Gaza, you're not going to talk to your own sister. That's the liberal logic that I don't understand. I really don't. And I'm not saying that in a way like you suck or something. I just truly don't understand that. Yeah. I don't. I fundamentally do not understand that. I still feel like that's just not a good enough justification for choosing to be a cog in the machine of genocide. This is heavy. She's 23. How old is this woman? She's only a little bit older. Oh.
My sister, 23.
No, but how old is the writer?
30.
Okay, so you're also 30.
You're also very young.
She's a baby. Her brain isn't even fully formed yet.
Yeah. And that's true. And one of the things that hasn't fully formed yet is like the logic and reasoning part and the discerning part. Discernment is one of the main things that comes when your brain matures.
Yeah, and
so it kind of makes sense.
I get it. I come from a socially active family, a politically active family. I've always been this way. I fucking ran for mayor, but I got to be honest. If you reached me when I was 23, when I couldn't afford jack shit, I'm trading Subway coupons with K Hutch over here. I mean.
Your life is different. Your sense of safety is threatened based off of the type of job you can get.
And unfortunately, this is something I think about a lot too. Having the ability to not in your heart care, but to take time and restructure your life because of things you believe in is a privilege.
Yeah,
it is. A lot of people just got to take the fucking job that they are offered, right? That doesn't mean that they don't care that people are being slaughtered in Gaza who don't deserve it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that she doesn't care. It means that she also has a hurdle in front of her. And yes, the hurdle is not the same as being fucking mowed down by another government and having your city leveled. I can't imagine. But it's still something that she needs to do, right? So I still feel like it's just not a good enough justification for choosing to be a cog in the machine of genocide. And I feel really strongly that she's making a huge mistake. This company, and therefore her salary, is directly profiting from an awful situation. If we really do a lot of deep digging, we are all connected to something. Yeah.
Do you have a fucking iPhone?
Exactly.
You know a child made that?
Right.
For $2 for a year of pay?
I know, and I know this is the horror.
We all have iPhones.
Yeah, I know this is like
What do you want?
This is such a large horror, and the amount of bloodshed and death is so widespread. But there is bloodshed and death. Even if it's smaller, like, does that make it less okay? Like, that's the problem.
Just
like,
really,
exactly. Like, our iPhones, the places that
Starbucks.
we eat.
And I know Starbucks is fucked.
Yeah.
But my local Starbucks in my neighborhood, the people that work there are so fucking nice and sweet and kind that I'm like, I'm going to overlook that. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah,
and I think that it's a lot. We people who really care and want peace and like are so disgusted by the genocide happening in Gaza that I have to work so hard to compartmentalize that every fucking day. Clearly, I can. Like I said, go to Starbucks. But like spreading hatred or spreading negativity based off of other people's choices, especially if they're in circumstances like these, is not helping. You know what I mean?
Well, it's also not affecting the outcome, right? Like,
right.
These are
and
things
that it's
we have to be going hard on our politicians. We have to be like, you know, and I think like money is a good way to go about it. Like actually more powerful than stopping the weapons. The weapons are always going to get made, but like stopping the flow and the relationship between like you know, the Israeli government and the American government, we need to be more active in that. Yeah. And that goes, you know, even down to your municipal level, making sure that people are taking donations that are clean and not from places that need bias. Like there's so many other things you could do. And this to me is just like, again, like I just find
it's the first job your sister's ever gotten out of college.
I just really, I find so much trouble with us being the party of like love, and I just don't feel it.
No, we're
really
not.
Don't.
We're not. I don't think any party is, unfortunately, and I wish one was.
I agree. It's hard
to even identify with a party, with a liberal, with a.
Well, that's why I call myself a liberal gone rogue, because I've felt this for like 5 years now. You know.
Yeah, it's really frustrating.
I am not sure what is the best course of action for my relationship with her. And again, like, so she's just has different like her like. She didn't even go as far as to say like I don't care about Gaza or like, you know, like she didn't even say any
She's
of
not
that.
being heartless about
She just
it.
took a job. Then she said the job market is tough. She's not going to be her career, but she needs it right now. That's all that happened right now.
Yeah, if you're really that upset, get her a job that pays. Go find someone that will hire her.
But I hope you're putting that upsetness, because that's coming from a real valid place of human suffering. Put it where Corinne said, put it where it actually matters. Instead of cutting off a relationship that you have with your sister, who, unless she's a huge cunt, you should not do. Get on your local politicians, attend your local council meetings, your council assembly meetings. Like, advocate for parks in your area. You know what I mean? Like there's so much you could do with that energy that you feel.
Right.
Cutting off your sister is not it.
Yeah. It's almost like it's
like letting the bad guys win.
It's like creating more bloodshed. I mean, I know she's not dying, but like I don't know. I just like, I see this a lot. Like I understand. And I also have felt this internal moral or ethical like grappling within myself. Like a couple people close to me have like worked for places that I like vehemently disagreed with like the company's moral standing. Like I get where you're coming from. I just don't see how this is the solution. Do I distance myself from her, cut her off? Like, what?
No.
I don't even know how you got there. Or continue a dialogue about what's going on.
I think you feel out of control by the atrocities that are happening, and I understand that.
Yeah, and accept that she's a different person from me. Like, you can continue a dialogue about Gaza in general because it's politics, but like, I also wouldn't continue a dialogue about why is she working there? She's an adult and she made her choice. Like, and yeah, she's a different person than you. And like, I'm sure there are places where she has really good ethics and morality, and maybe yours is a little shoddy,
sure,
right?
Like this sentence.
Yeah. I feel so disappointed and ashamed.
Why do you feel ashamed of her? I really do think this is coming from
who even knows?
One, you're taking too much. I mean, I don't want to tell that to you, but like I had to watch myself from taking in too much too much content of the dead kids' bodies, because I would get to a place where you're at, where my anger just is making things worse and making nothing better.
It's horrific. No one's denying that. But I just don't see how cutting off your sister, who up until now it seems like you haven't had an issue with, is the solution.
You're letting hatred win if you do that.
The rest of my family have taken the position that it's unfortunate, but ultimately not something they're going to think about too much or let affect their relationship with her.
I agree with them.
This is I kind of feel bad for the sister. Do you think this is a sort of thing you can just set aside, or does it speak to something fundamental about who she is?
She's fucking 23.
She's still becoming who she is. And let me tell you,
do you know how many fucking mistakes we've made in our lives?
So right now, Democrats, we desperately need more voters. Guess what is the way not to sell being a registered Democrat to people who maybe are on the cusp? Acting like this. Mm-hmm. This is how we lost people. This, in my opinion, is how Trump got elected for a second term. Because we said, unless you're perfect and your viewpoints align exactly with mine, you're not welcome. Well, the numbers show we unwelcomed a lot of fucking people. At points in time, I was fucking unwelcome. Are you kidding me? I can't even digest that, actually.
Oh, and that's probably why people could vote for AOC and Trump in the same ballot.
Yeah,
because I never got that.
Oh, I get it.
That blew my fucking mind.
Because they're both kind of like the bad boy and girl of politics. They both
just the morality.
They both said they are of the people, right?
Yeah.
So
I guess they're both right. I guess. Yeah.
I get it. It's because the thing that the Democrats lost sight of is the working class people, and although being an engineer is above working class, right now. This is what the Democrats have lost sight of, the day-to-day needs of the people in the government. Mm-hmm. And your sister right now, the day-to-day need is she graduated college and she needs a job that pays well, and that will help her get into a bright future. And let me tell you what, if there are more women working in STEM, listen, defense weapons are going to exist, whatever. Wouldn't you rather have a woman working in defense weapons than a man who's just honestly going to have more empathy, most likely?
And what if your sister realizes when she turns 25 and she looks back on this holy shit, this company was doing atrocious things. Now I'm going to dedicate my life to starting a company where it's female led, female owned, and we only do things in the name of peace. Do you know what I'm saying?
Maybe she can, maybe she's going to, on the precipice of creating this amazing defense weapon that is more direct in its aim so that civilians don't die when, it's nice. Maybe there's something like that in there, because again, we're fucking America. Countries have defense and military. That's not going away. And so when I think of something that is kind of evil, because I'm also a pacifist, I get it. When I think of something that is pacifist? Oh, someone who doesn't agree, with war or but basically you're anti-war, you're anti-violence of all kind.
Oh, hell yeah!
So
I guess I am too.
So if I was alive during a draft, I would be jailed because I would have refused to be. I would refuse to go out and kill people. But I also I can't enlist because I will end up dead because I'm not going to kill other people.
Correct. Yeah.
So I would be in jail. But yes. When something bad is going to exist, no matter what, my thought is always I'd like it to be in the hands of someone more responsible, that has more empathy. And to me, that would be a woman, your sister, someone,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my thought on it. And again, this is just this is making more people vote for Republican. It really is. I got to be honest.
I think what's happening is you're directing your outrage, your absolute outrage, and these images are traumatic.
So
they're
justified.
Disgusting. They're repulsive, and those feelings are
Absolutely.
like electric bolts through your body, and you're just misdirecting them. I think that's what's happening if we really zoom out.
Well, that's why I'm trying to get people more involved in municipal politics, because we feel so out of control. And on a national level, you're just on a national level, and not to mention what we're talking about here, an international level, each individual person is not going to be able to have the impact that we want. But when we band together and we do things, but this is not a situation where she can band together really with other people, right? And she can still work for this and, control where her money goes. So she's getting money from a company that's doing a bad thing, but she can put that money into good things. She can help, create a life that is more ethical. I don't know. And also as someone who's navigated the entertainment business for the past fucking 15 years, it is extremely hard to walk on a path where you don't do anything wrong, and your career will suffer. If your career will suffer, I have done that, and my career is doing worse because of it. I talk about this all the time.
Yep, being a good person is not good for.
It's not good for business.
Yeah,
it really isn't. You know,
but that's the choice you make.
I know on the left we're too quick to write people off in our cancel culture.
Correct.
Well, this is like beyond cancel. This is like cancel culture is not even a thing anymore, honestly, with Trump as president. But also there does need to be some accountability for our choices. I agree.
She's 23.
And I also just like don't think this is like it. It's first of all, it's like it's indirect for a little bit. Like I get you say like the company's doing that. Like I get it, but it's still like she's not personally. I don't know. It's hard. I like totally understand where you're coming from, but I just very much disagree with you even thinking about cutting off your sister based on this. Mm-hmm. Thanks so much for reading this email and for any guidance you have, as I have been going around and around in my head about this and nothing feels like the right choice. Appreciate all you do as always. Best wishes, loyal fucker. Yeah, I mean, that my truncated note for liberals is like, we care so much about the world at large, and I think that's very important and wonderful. But we have to extend the same kindness, empathy, courtesy to the people in our real lives who have always been there for us. And I just think Republicans do that better.
Yeah,
I just do think. Fucking, if someone knocks on your door for a cup of sugar, are you there for them? Please be. Please help the people in your life. Man. That's really important.
Otherwise,
and people being treated nicely on the day to day, 100% affects how they vote in elections. It 100% does. How they're doing on the day to day. If people are doing good in their day to day, they will make better, less selfish choices at the polls because they will have the luxury to be able to do so. That is something I stand by 100%.
Next subject line, looking for perspective. Dear Corinne and Krystyna, I've been a listener literally since day one, and I want to thank you for all your work. I'm writing because I'm looking for some perspective. This pertains to my work in a public school, so I've kept some things intentionally vague. First, I'm a 35-year-old white male, married, heterosexual, cisgender man. Needless to say, my life hasn't been too difficult. I'm here to ask and listen. I'm a licensed electrician.
Ooh, money.
Yeah, man. Dude, those fucking jobs. Electrician and plumber.
Money. Victoria Beckham's dad.
Yeah.
Electrician,
rich, baby. I'm a licensed electrician, but recently accepted a job teaching the electrical program at a local technical high school. Working in a public school setting is a huge change and not without its challenges. As you would expect, my class is made of mostly teenage boys, but there is one girl. Oh, Jesus, just one fucking girl? Damn.
Well, because like these
not changed.
Yeah, it's like, because these technical schools.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. They're all juniors and seniors. The other day, I had the kids in our lab space, and I was teaching them to wire outlets. Oh, God, I wish I fucking learned that in high school. That'd be so interesting.
Yeah.
A basic task and pretty simple. None of them are even halfway good at it, and that's fine. They don't need to be right now. I check in with each student, provide guidance and feedback, but I noticed the girl in my class was getting very anxious and worked up when she didn't get it the first time. Oh, yeah. Yep. At the time, I didn't think much of it because it's new for all students. Not surprised they were having trouble. The following weekend, I was spending time with my sisters and they asked how school was going. I relayed the story of the kids wiring outlets and sucking at it. One sister asked if there were any girls in my class, to which I replied yes, and told them how she was frustrated with the outlet exercise. My sister replied, of course she was frustrated. She probably feels like she has to get it right. That's exactly what I thought.
100%.
To be on equal footing with the boys. 100,000%.
And of course, when you're the only girl in a class, you represent all girls.
It's so fucking annoying. Like,
who knows this better than a female stand-up comedian?
Exactly.
Like, when we're the only girl on the show and you bomb, women aren't funny, and you have to walk home at night, and you have the burden of women everywhere not being funny with the burden on your shoulders. If a guy bombs, I just had a bad night. Yeah. Let me go jerk off.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. It was eye-opening. I hadn't thought about her feeling extra pressure because she's a girl. I feel like a total moron. No, you just haven't thought about it yet. And this girl gave you a really great opportunity to do so. And I'm glad you brought it up with your sisters, and they said that.
Honestly, if 35 is the first time you're thinking about what it's like to live in a woman's shoes, you're already
a lot ahead of the game.
Ahead of, I don't know, 85% of America, the world.
I know.
You're doing great.
So annoying. Okay. I do my best to make the classroom feel a safe space. I don't tolerate any fuckery from the kids when it comes to speech and attitude in my classroom, and I thought that would level the playing field. Now I'm curious about my blind spots. Fantastic. I love that about you. What are the things I'm not thinking about? Specifically, being a woman in a male-dominated industry. I want to meet each of my students where they're at and looking for a little help and perspective. Like I said, I've listened to your podcast every week since the beginning, and it dawned on me today that your perspective is one I highly value. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Any insights you can offer would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I'll continue asking the other women in my life about how to help the student become a badass electrician. Thank you. I think that's really cool.
Don't recommend her if she's ends up not being good at this. That's also not helpful to us.
Oh my God! Don't lift her up just because she's a chick. Jesus Christ. That's almost more harmful. In a high school, you're at a high school, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking,
juniors and seniors.
Dude, I would not want to be in a high school junior or senior class. Oh, with all boys. Oh, that I feel unsafe just thinking about that. But that was my own experience. I don't know. Maybe these young boys are great, but a lot of times a bunch of boys, they can be fucking pricks and all gang up on the girl. I'm not saying that's happening. I really hope it's not. But she's probably scared of that too, because I'm sure it's happened to her at some point in her life.
Or they're making like sexual weird comments to her.
Yeah.
Under their breath.
I mean, Jesus Christ. One thing.
Class.
Yeah. One thing you could do, I don't know if this would help or hinder. I'm just kind of talking out loud here, but like, I mean, you wouldn't want to ask her in front of anybody at all. Like if she ever came up to you after class and everyone was leaving, I'm just wondering if going like, hey, like, how are you having a good time in this class? Like, do you enjoy it? Do you think there's anything I can improve on? Like, just, I don't know, kind of like opening up to her and allowing her space to say a thing if she wants to, but she could not be interested in opening up to you, and that's totally fine too.
I don't hate the idea of like asking her like to have like a 5-minute private chat after class.
Don't ask her in front of people. Like, kind of ask her like just to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
don't do it in front of people.
Because then
I fucking hate when teachers do that.
Yeah, because then also teachers because you're the only
teacher's
she's
pet.
well, and also she's the only girl. They're gonna think something sexual is going on. It's
maybe
very weird.
So annoying.
But yeah, I think just like express to her like because she's probably just in her own head and she's not looking around and noticing that all the guys are sucking at the outlet exercise too.
Yeah.
So just like point that out, just be like, hey, I see that you're frustrated and like, yeah, you're not there yet, but like look around. The rest of the class isn't there yet either. We're all working at the same pace and like I'm going to make sure that you all get the same hands-on technical experience so that when you go out into the world of being an electrician, like you go out and you feel confident in what you do and you can give people good service and make a lot of money and, you know, hopefully own your own business one day, like that kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then I think also just like, yeah, like don't give her special treatment like either way, because that like giving extra like being extra nice to that can whoever the minority in the group is like, you know,
that's weird.
That's also weird.
You could also have I love when teachers have an anonymous comment box. I love that. Fucking love that. All my guidance counselors did in like middle school and high school, but a lot of my teachers in their classroom, they were like, hey, if you ever want to like say anything, you don't have to tell me who it is, you know, and you'd have to kind of wait when no one's there to put it in the comment box. I put a lot of things in those anonymous comment boxes, you know, and then maybe it's like something to bring up in the classroom depending on what the thing is. But yeah.
And
I
also
think,
like
allowing her opportunities to open up if she feels comfortable, but not in front of everybody.
Yeah. And also, I mean, like, and this is going to be like you basically donating your time. So you might not want to do this and like, no, please don't feel bad if you don't want to do this. Teachers are already underpaid. But like, you know, if maybe once a month you do and like an extra help session for students who want a little bit more one-on-one time where, you know, most like half the students probably won't show up for that. Give the opportunity for that in a less like hectic environment because methinks the girl will sign up.
Yeah.
The girls always do extra credit.
Yeah.
So that could be like an opportunity to just like give like a little extra. Yeah, like once a month, like whatever a reasonable time commitment is for you. I think that could be helpful.
And I'm assuming she's anxious because of the girl thing. That was my first instinct too before you told me what your sister said. She could also have an abusive dad or something like that. You know what I mean?
She could also just have anxiety. Yeah,
exactly. She could just be anxious because she's anxious because her parents grew up on the phone instead of looking at her. You know what I mean? Like there's truly a billion and one reasons she's anxious.
Right.
I think the likelihood that she's the only girl is pretty high, or at least adds to it. But yeah, giving her opportunities to talk if she wants to.
Yeah, and then I mean, like, and just making sure that you run a class that is good for people of all like learning styles. It's not like necessarily like different like boys and girls. Maybe I know boys tend to be like more visual learners. I'm actually a pretty visual learner too. Like if I see a picture of something, or like if I get a worksheet with so I don't know if I can give like a picture of a worksheet where everything is like mapped out when it comes to like an outlet, and then also go through it verbally. Like I find like integrating different forms of teaching for all types of learners is super helpful. Cause like just think in a like lecture style, and I guess you're doing a lot of hands-on stuff because it is electrical work, but like lecture, my mind is on another planet. But if I have a worksheet in front of me with like pictures and stuff, like that's really fucking helpful for me. And I did so well in any classes where we had worksheets that I could, cause I basically have a photographic memory and I could just like go back to it in my mind. Yeah. And then just like also when you're thinking of like, if there any opportunities arise, like just think of her as, you know, the same as everybody else in the class, unless she is not as good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely don't put her on a pedestal if she's.
Yeah.
But yeah. And two, I wonder, what's Women's History Month? Which one is that?
May, right?
Maybe? I don't know.
March. Sorry,
March,
I know it was the March. Yeah, yeah, because it's
highlighting
because it's Black History Month, and Women's History Month. Yeah,
highlighting female inventors in the electrician space.
Yeah,
and Women's History Month.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're not that old.
Because then you're also teaching the boys to be like, you know, respectful.
Oh, and like a subconscious thing. Do you have decorations in your classroom? You could hang up pictures of, you know, people of color, women, whatever, in the electrical field. That could be good. And that's like a way just to have it up without it being like heavy-handed. So no one will even know why, but they'll just be like, oh, there's a woman here. Yeah. I always like to see a picture of a woman doing something that usually only men do.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
You're normalizing it.
Exactly. All right. This subject line says, a sign from my dead dad to leave my boyfriend. I doubt it.
Maybe though.
Okay. Hey all, I did leave my boyfriend, but was my dad trying to tell me something? A bit of backstory. My dad was always a very woo-woo person.
Oh, you had a woo-woo dad.
All right. Well, then maybe if he's a woo-woo person.
That's so special.
And he raised me to be that way too. I definitely lean in that direction, though I take everything with a grain of salt. I've always wished I had real abilities, but I don't think so. We all wanted to be Matilda.
No.
I saw that.
I still do.
I mean, every now and then I still try to move a pencil with my mind, just in case.
Yeah.
On his deathbed, my dad told me, I'll be with you in the trees. After he passed, I sold his house and stayed there for a while to pack and clean it out. On the day the house closed, I went for one last hike in the backyard forest to say goodbye. An eagle almost flew into my head.
Wow.
I felt the wind, heard the sound, ducked, and looked up to see it fly over me.
Oh, that's so cool.
A year later, I was driving and another eagle swooped down right beside my car, grabbed its prey, and flew off.
Whoa.
An hour later, my aunt called to tell me that my uncle had just passed away.
Holy shit.
Well, there is, you know,
birds are they operate along the electromagnetic field.
Yeah,
so
I was
easier.
like, birds and death are heavily related.
Yes.
And most recently, I was dating the most manipulative, horrendous man I've ever encountered. Oh my God.
Wait, who is that?
Okay. Is
this a famous person?
No, this is. We've talked about him already. He's here. I doubt he's going to come on Google. You know who you've worked for this fucking guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
you've worked for this guy.
Ew.
We've gotten multiple emails against this guy. He's a guy in comedy.
Oh God.
Even
Is
Eric
this a
knows
different
who it is.
girl. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we got multiple emails about this fucking dude.
See, this is why I want to start a fucking spreadsheet for women who date dudes to just.
This guy is also
not for legal purposes,
wildly unfunny. So
stay away.
How did you watch his comedy and then say, I want to fuck this guy?
I know.
Naturally, I let him move in. This is
what?
No.
He does this with every chick.
He does this with everyone. He has a blueprint.
Oh my God.
I bet I even know in my head what she looks like. Sorry. Naturally, I let him move in just for 2 weeks while he waited for his new apartment.
That was probably a lie.
He's stolen money from comics. This guy sucks.
Yeah, this guy's terrible.
I know he owes someone who used to be his very good friend like a year ago, 30 grand.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I knew. I was
30?
the number I had in my head was 20 grand. I had heard, but yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Turns out he'd been kicked out of his old place for running a scam. Yep.
Yep.
And was just biding time until his other girlfriend left the country so I could help him move in.
Ew.
It's also like, does all this guy's ex-girlfriends all listen to our podcast? Like,
Yeah, maybe.
I was thinking
Maybe-
about this.
ugh, gross.
I actually feel personally responsible for some of you guys dating bad comics because I think via this show you have been introduced to male comics, not necessarily people who have been guests on this show, but just like the male comic sphere. And I think you start like saying like, oh, I like comedy. But I got to be honest, we weren't fucking around when we told you episode after episode after episode, do not date male comedians. And I'm not victim blaming here. I'm just saying this was something that I was thinking about this week anyway. And so I'm glad that this email has jogged my memory, but like, we're not fucking around. We're not telling you that to save all the male comedians for us.
We don't want them.
We don't want them. We barely want to fucking talk to them. Okay.
Some of them are cool. A lot of them aren't.
If you date a male comedian, high likelihood shit's gonna go bad for you, okay? And I'm not talking about you're gonna get punched in the face or something. I'm just talking about it's gonna be unpleasant, okay? You guys love talking about narcissists. Well, highest likelihood of dating a narcissist is dating a fucking male comedian, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So just please stop. And and also, don't date anyone who's not funny. Yuck. If their profession is being funny, this goes for any profession. If someone's pursuing something professionally and they are not good at it, why the fuck are you dating them?
If you're bad at your art and you're not making effort to get better at your art, you don't exist to me. You don't exist to me. You don't exist.
I'm so mad about this.
Yeah. This guy is. I hated him since the second I met him, and I knew nothing. I knew a little bit about him from you, and it was bad.
Yeah. On the very day he showed up for his 2-week stay, a hawk flew straight into my living room window and died. Was that my dad telling me to get away from him? Is my dad sending me birds?
That might be your spirit guide. I mean, a hawk dying, that's awful. I would cry.
Bird,
yeah, how did it fucking, what, but how why
clean
was
are your windows?
open?
Your windows are clean as shit.
Oh, like into the pane.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Damn, that's so sad. That would make me, that would scar me for life, I think, if I had to see a hawk die.
I mean,
I don't think it was your dad.
Also,
I think that was your guides or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
it does seem like you have some kind, like maybe your dad's sign is birds. That being said, you don't need a hawk to die on your window to know this guy who we both know sucks. And that's my problem with the woo-woo stuff, right? Sometimes it removes us from reality. And I feel like sometimes we put up with stuff that is bad on this plane because we think there's a deeper meaning to it. Stop doing that.
yeah.
I see it a lot. I've even done it myself. Stop doing that. You don't trust your worldly. See, this is what a lot of people go woo-woo first, plane we're living on second. Flip that. Trust your human on this realm instincts first. Then if you need an extra tool, that's when you incorporate woo-woo, not the fucking other way around. That's how we're all like doing the wrong thing all the time. Was that my dad telling me to get away from him? Is my dad sending me birds? Your dad might be sending you birds. You seem to have a lot of bird interactions. But also, again, you didn't need the fucking bird to tell you this. A few other fun dead dad things. For years after he passed, I had the most vivid dreams where he would visit. I'd always be confused and say, wait, I thought you died. And he'd reply, I'm only here shortly. In one dream, I told him about his own funeral and all the people who came. Another time, I dreamed that my dad, my aunt, and I were sitting at his table singing Wagon Wheel. The next morning, I opened a kitchen drawer and found a card from my aunt to my dad with the entire lyrics to that song written inside.
Cool. Wow, your dad's talented.
Do you think these are signs? Should I be more open to them? Can I talk to my dad? LOL.
You are open to them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, my relation signs. I don't feel the same way about signs. I know Krystyna, you like. I personally don't. I do. I think
I don't
that
have signs with dead people. I have signs with my team.
Yeah, I think we have to be very careful about woo-woo and grief because when you are grieving, you are grasping at straws. And that's why I just would be very careful with that. Can you talk to your dad? I mean, I don't know. And then should you be more open to them? How about be open a normal amount?
Yeah, it sounds like.
I think it's good to be open to things just in general as a way to live life. But also I say do you think these are signs? My question back to that would be like,
do you?
Does it matter? Like, if it makes you feel good, as long as you're not like making bad choices in your life because of it, if it makes you feel a connectedness to your dad, sure, not harming anyone.
Yeah.
Go off, you know?
Yeah. And can you talk? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people like meditate and talk to their dead loved ones too.
And also, like,
there's
are
so
you
many ways
actually
you can-
talking to him, or are you not? Like, I think it's the same way as like, what's that? Like the thing where you wrote the secret, like Post Secret or whatever the fuck, where people write their secrets and send them into the universe.
Oh yeah.
Kind of the same concept, right? So like, can you talk to your dad? I don't fucking know. And honestly, you're not going to be able to fucking 100% know whether you're talking to him or not. Yeah. So if it makes you feel better sending messages out into the world to talk to him, do it. It's not her. It's just when things start negatively affecting our real life that have no actual base, like we have no proof. That's when I get worried.
Also,
but if it's just for healing for you, for supporting you in your grief, go off. Why not? Love.
Also, I feel like the things with signs seem to be when you're looking for them, don't look for them. Like it's like literally it's so accidental when you see one. It's like, oh, you happen to, like, every time I chalk something up as a sign, it's when I'm just sitting. There's been times where like I'll sit in a cafe and all of a sudden I just move my body to face the other direction. No idea why I did it. Did not think about it at all. And then I look up for no reason. And then the thing that I'm like, ooh, that's a sign, is very clearly in front of my face. Like that to me, I take as a sign. So like that bird flying into your window and dying when that guy was, I'd probably take that as a sign because that's a very unique thing and a very interesting timing. But I could be wrong. But I would just say too, looking for them, that's anxiety inducing. So if you find yourself looking, stop. Think about something else. Because then it's going to take over, like Corinne said, your woo-woo mind is going to be more in the forefront than your logical mind, and that's not going to be good.
Yeah, I'm just hesitant about them because like when my dad first died, I felt like there was like a lot of signs. And then when I felt better about my grief, I didn't see signs anymore. And it's not like I asked them to stop or anything like that. So to me, it goes, this was like my coping mechanism, you know? That was my personal relationship. Cause like I would love to see a sign, you know, but it hasn't happened in a while. There's also a theory that when people die at a certain point, they no longer give the earthly people signs because that gives the earthly people the ability to move on. So there's also that school of thought, which that makes perfect sense. But this is just my personal experience. And again, it's like, as long as it's not hurting anything, doesn't really matter. You could take anything as you want, but just like, don't let it rule your fucking life, because we still have to get through shit in this realm, no matter what's happening in the other realm.
I know, it's so annoying. I wanted to end the episode. I wanted to ask a question. If anybody, I know we have a lot of people who listen who are lawyers and attorneys. I'm curious. I've looked up the legalities of this, and there's just all these different answers. But there's like I feel like it would be useful. I know this was going around as a tool at some point, like a spreadsheet of all the guys. Like if a woman was sexually assaulted by a guy, you put him on this private spreadsheet that you can only get through a link, and to kind of like warn other women. I would love to start a Google Doc, like that guy in that email that she mentioned. The amount of emails we've gotten about, he's atrocious. And I would love a place like a Google Doc type of thing, just not for legal purposes, not to be used in a court of law, because I don't want to that's where you get sued. And I do understand, like, we've had women write us who are absolutely fucking delusional about the situation they were in, and we've like totally schooled them. So I also don't want to just put everything out willy-nilly. But I wonder if there's a way to morally create like a spreadsheet of awful people that you shouldn't waste your time
without getting
dating.
Charged with slander and defamation.
Yeah, like
well, you could also like not know, like you could make it so that there's no proof of where it originated.
Oh, okay, that's true.
I think that I would recommend that for sure.
Sure. But like, you know, one of my best friends has this guy who she was dating who raped her, who abused her in every way, who called, like, the verbal abuse was so disgusting. Like the amount of abuse was so disgusting. The amount of women that have been raped by this man, who is not going to jail anytime soon, is astounding. And one thing I've learned from doing this podcast for 12 years is that, unfortunately, tale as old as time. And so I'm like, well, how can we combat that? Because I'm really, with all of the rhetoric and all of the like extremist political views, I'm only seeing the shit against women get more vamped up. And
Correct.
it's making me so fucking angry.
Yep.
And there is nothing I would love more than to absolutely fucking destroy the chances of any of these men coming across a woman and ruining her life. Okay? That I would dedicate a lot of my energy and time to. So my question to you, attorney listeners or listeners in law, is that legal? Or is there a way we can go about it? Is there a way? Honestly, I would dedicate hours every day to this in terms of because I was like, man, what if there was an app and I'm taking this, you guys can steal this idea, please. I'm throwing it out into the ether. I will not do it. There's this app called The T that was recently hacked. And it's basically if you date somebody who's really shitty, you can upload their photo, their first name and their last initial. And other people who've had experiences that are shitty with this person can kind of commiserate. And you can go, if you go on a first date and you're like, because a lot of narcissists can be really fucking charming, like this person that raped my friend for years. You can go on this app. If you go on a date with somebody and you're like, something's weird, but it's fun, but I don't know. Oh God, why don't you go type this person's name in there and see if you, and then if 10 other women or fucking 2 other women or 1 have a bad experience, you can add that to your discernments to what choices you make going forward with that man. If you were just saying
if you were I think it's definitely, I think it would be legal to be
they allegedly
vibe was off or something. It's when you start writing this person raped me or something like that that the legal trouble would start. But I think just gals gossiping, as they call it. Gossip is actually very powerful. That's why people.
Sure.
That's why it has such this stigma that it has in society, because it's how women trade secrets,
right?
That are important for their well-being.
We can make code words. Maybe we won't, though.
It's code words don't work if you tell people you're using code words.
I mean, whatever. Or you have a system.
I want to sitcom where Christina works for the FBI.
You can't sue me if there's no proof of what any of these code words mean. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. All I know is I would be willing to dedicate my time. One of the idea for the app I had that I'm never going to do because I don't have time. But if you upload the person's cell phone number, and that is private information. So that only gets registered. 5 women can talk about the same guy if they have his cell phone number. A cell phone number is not something easy to get. You can't make up a fucking room. You know what I mean? It's a little harder. If 5 women enter the exact same cell phone number of a man who allegedly sexually assaulted them, for example.
That's good.
Then to me, as the admin of that, I go, we have someone I would say is a credible threat to women.
This is unknown number over here.
So I'm just curious what the legality is of that. I would love if you're a lawyer who has experience with this type of law, if you could give me a little bit of an education at sorryaboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. I'd really appreciate it, because I would put in the time for this, because when I had to hear Nick Fuentes say "Your Body, My Choice," I have just been thinking of this app or doc or whatever the fuck it is ever since. And the amount of extremism, the amount of popularity that is now going into far right extremism, and I'm sure far left as well. Extremism is bad across the board, left or right. The more I want to dedicate some of my time to making sure that these awful fucking abusive pieces of shit men don't have the joy of going on a date with a woman.
Guys, this has been Guys We Fucked, the anti-slut shaming podcast. We will talk to you. I don't know if we did any promo for anything, but I will talk to you next Friday. Bye.